just out of the high school ranks for Wake Forest. He is out tonight. Rolled his ankle in shoot-around today. So Neat starting once again, his third start of the year. And Wake Forest shorthanded against that excellent Louisville backcourt that Dan told you about.
And Louisville really pressures you on defense. They don't get out and try to deny passes like Duke did, but it's really tough to drive by them and get all the way to the basket.
Talking about this Louisville team is they're aggressive and they are handsy defensively. Shot clock winding down. Odio Guama with it. Gave it back for Damian Williamson, who had it blocked by Carlik Jones.
Time left on the shot clock, but Oguama was too far away from the basket. He's best within 2 or 3 feet, and he was out by about 10 feet.
Stingy defense for Louisville on cue right out of the gates. As you see the starters the same for Louisville. Williamson only had 1 point against Virginia Tech in 14 minutes. They're
skills, but he just thinks Samuel Williamson needs to play a little harder. Not a good start right there.
And now foul away from the ball in that win last week.
Now he needs to calm down a little bit. You don't want to be picking up a foul trying to deny the ball to Odio Guama 25 feet from the basket. He's not going to hurt you out there.
Got handsy there against Oklahoma.
Yeah, they really do a great job flicking their hands out there.
And Jody Antonio looking at release, drilling it from deep. The grad transfer from Australia connects.
And that's what he does. Catch and shoot. You've got to make him dribble the ball out there.
Johnson loves to back down smaller guards. He missed it. Couple of misses for Louisville. Told you an 0-3 ACC start for Wake. They had the schedule shuffled around due to COVID. They were supposed to have a couple of conference games at home out of the gates, but instead this is the first ACC home game. And Odio Guama scores in the first 5 to Wake.
Now that's where you need to deny him the basketball. Oguama, if he can catch it down there in rhythm, he's a big, strong kid. He can score within 3 or 4 feet of the goal.
I know you like, Dan, a lot of what he did when he was out there against Duke on Saturday, but he fouled out of that game.
One of the problems that he's had is getting in foul trouble, and he needs to avoid the cheap fouls.
Chris Mack said this week, hey, Wake Forest has raced out to some fast starts the last few games.
One against Oklahoma earlier, but he's young, you'll learn.
So enter another young guy, J.J. Traynor, 12 in the black, in off the Louisville bench, the freshman. Banging bodies with Odio Guama. Shot clock winding down on Oguama. Oh, good defense by Traynor.
And that's it. Traynor just held his position, didn't let Oguama get by, made it, contested the shot.
Johnson with the first 2 for Louisville. Neat throws the lob. And 2 for Odio Guama, and a 5-point Wake Forest lead. Carlik Jones cans a 3. The grad transfer from Radford, averaging 16.5 per game.
And there's just nothing on a basketball court that he can't do. And if you give him that much time from 3, he's going to make a very high percentage.
He's tasked with defending Jacoby Neath there, who bullied his way to the bucket. And
Jones tried to draw a charge, Mike, and he fell down. And Neath, that's a good job by Neath to recognize that his defender's laying on the ground and take the ball to the goal.
So it's Wake up by 4, and there's Williamson to make it a 1-point margin. Just his 5th 3-point make of the season.
Comes into the game shooting 27% from out there. He's better than that.
There's Here's Isaiah Musius, the leading scorer for Wake Forest. Very aggressive offensively, but missed the jumper.
Well, when Musius gets it, he's usually going to shoot it.
Trainer at the rim from Johnson.
Well, that's a really nice pass. That's a situation Steve Forbes was very upset with. His players were back, but they weren't ready to play defense. You got to get back and get down in the stands, because Louisville will push it right at you.
And something Louisville wants to do a little bit more of now as they get a little more depth on the team. And it's
picked fifth in the ACC before the season started, and they had that one loss to Wisconsin. That was without Carlik Jones, but they just keep getting better and better.
I told you Virginia got a win earlier today, so the Cavaliers sitting at 4-0 in the ACC. Louisville trying to do the same, and up by 3 now on the drive by Carlik Jones.
A 7-0 run for Louisville. They got behind against Virginia Tech and eliminated that deficit pretty quickly, and they're doing the same thing here tonight. You just have to keep Carlik Jones in front of you. If he gets in the lane, you've got no chance.
Yeah, you've talked about that with the Louisville guards, and Jones in particular, with how strong he is and so steady at the pace at which he plays. There's Ishmael Massoud, who gave it up for Jacoby Neath into the starting lineup. Missed it from 3.
And those are the kind of shots I think that Wake Forest is going to need to make. Big and strong, and he's got a really nice little floater when he gets close to the basket. You've got to keep him out.
Jones gave it up for Williamson, who's got his second 3, and that's a very encouraging sign for Samuel Williamson.
And once again, it's Carlik Jones setting the table for that one. Nothing really difficult. He just draws 2 guys and makes a little dump-off pass.
Massoud missed assists per game average. He's one of only 3 guys in the country putting up a stat line like he is, including Ayo Dosunmu, the Illinois star. He's in very small company, an elite company in that regard, and he's got.
And it is so effective. He can play inside or outside. He's had 17 or more points in 6 of his last 7 games. He's really, really playing well.
He talked about how he has improved as a 3-point shooter now in his 2nd season. And Davian Williamson had his shot blocked, and Louisville's running. On the hit ahead for Trainer underneath with 2 more.
Boy, how about that? As a play by Trainer, he gets caught on a switch against your opponent's point guard, Williamson, moves his feet, doesn't allow Williamson to get past, blocks the shot, and then runs down the court and scores a layup.
Remember, more minutes for J.J. Trainer here in the first half, because Jalen Withers picked up 2 fouls in just over the first 2 minutes of this game. As Johnson, freshman from Bardstown, Kentucky, 6'8", and he is now tipping the scales at a whopping 200 pounds. Johnson for Wake.
I think Steve Forbes is just looking for some kind of a lineup that can get the thing reversed here.
Remember, they're playing without a guy who's been starting recently in Carter Witt as they trail by 12. It's a 16-0 run, and Carter Witt's been a guy who's had such a ball handling responsibility and trying to create things offensively. Again, if you joined us late, he rolled his ankle in shoot-around today for Wake Forest. He's in a boot and unavailable.
But Louisville defense is just swarming. Wake Forest can't really run their stuff.
Johnson hits from 3, much needed for Wake.
Really much needed for Wake. And Johnson, that's one of the things that he does. He can shoot the 3. He's now attempted 23 field goals on the season, and 17 of them have been from beyond the arc.
Quinn Slazinski out of the corner with a 3 of his own. The sophomore from Houston has been playing well recently.
He's a guy who very recently has been making great contributions coming off the bench. He made that 3, but on the previous possession, he tipped a rebound so his teammates could recover it. That resulted in a Louisville score.
Second pop with Ishmael Massoud, sophomore from East Harlem, New York, had a career-high 17 points and a career-high 8 rebounds against Duke.
And that looked like a synchronized swimming team there. The Louisville coaching staff, they all stood up and they put their arms out, basically saying, hey, you can't leave Massoud like that.
Yeah, that's a coaching staff saying KYP, know your personnel.
But they all stood up on cue and they all raised their arms in exactly the same way.
It was a very nice pass underneath, but Dre Davis couldn't finish through the contact. With the margin at 9, Massoud driving and finishing on the second effort. Josh Nickelberry from 3. Louisville is 5 of 5 from beyond the arc here in the first 10 minutes.
And this is not a team that normally produces a lot of their points from beyond the three-point line. Only about 25% of Louisville's points on the year come from beyond the arc, and that is lower than.
And Hoover. Then it's Virginia Tech in North Carolina, followed by the number 2 team in the country, Louisville, against Boston College, all here on ACCN and the ESPN app. Yeah, Chris Mack and staff, they're saying, hey guys, we've had a week between games. We got to know the scouting report. 10-point margin, Louisville in front here in Winston-Salem as Davian Cameron on Saturday. Season high 17 points for Williamson, and he played all but 1 minute in that game for Wake.
He's a pretty tough kid. And when you got a team that's really preventing you from running your stuff, you've got to have somebody who can put it down and go to the basket, like this guy.
Jones had the mismatch on Oguama and beat him with a little hesitation. Now Nickelberry wanted his second 3. And last time
almost got a second chance opportunity because everybody went to Jones and there was nobody to block out.
And certainly can't collapse on him when the first 5 threes all went down for Louisville out of the gates here at the Joel. Isaiah Musius from long range missed that one short. He's still scoreless. Williamson running the floor, and he draws a foul. Well, it's a good start for Sam Williamson. He's got 8 points. I told you he's only scored in double figures 3 times this season, and that was the message, as you said, Dan, from Chris Mack after the game last Wednesday. He's got to play a lot better than he has been so far. Musius spinning, and it rolls out. Williamson the rebound.
That was a close shot, but that wasn't an easy shot. Louisville with pretty good pressure really bothered that layup.
Williamson flashes and scores on the block over Musius.
And we said Williamson can shoot that 3, but I think he's at his best close to the basket and in the mid-range, and you saw an example of it right there.
And you got to like that. Between Jones and David Johnson here in the first half, they've combined for 8 assists, and they have not turned it over. And so Louisville as a team is really sharing it well here in the first half. Jones got into the mid-range, missed it short, but an offensive rebound for Williamson. Lines it up, spins it out, and a third chance for Louisville. Nets a foul on.
Beforehand that his team was going to make 2 threes and Boston College was going to make 18. He could have saved himself a lot of trouble and just stayed in Coral Gables.
Yeah, that's an ulcer waiting to happen if you hear that ahead of time. As Dre Davis,
a few pounds.
Davis, the freshman from Indy, couldn't stamp the 3-point play. This is as large as the deficit has been for Wake Forest. Remember, they had the first 5 points of this ball game. Massoud lets it fly and misses everything.
At that time, the Louisville coaches stayed on the bench watching the game because that was great pressure against Massoud.
Got a contested look for Massoud. Davis, oh, he threw it right through the hands. Pretty.
He was going to shoot the ball. Williamson was not looking for that pass. He was trying to get in position for a rebound.
see if Wake can get anything going offensively here. Quiet start for Musius. Has not scored as Jonah.
These are free throws for him on the season, numbers 1, 2, and 3. First time he's been to the line all year.
This guy, all of last season, only attempted 7 free throws. So he's going on 10 free throw attempts in 2 years. Wake again showing the zone, and Carlik Jones from well beyond the arc missed it.
You got to try to do something to cut down on that penetration.
That goes against Odio.
He's got to be more careful than that. It's not really a mismatch if he catches the ball up by the free throw line. He's got to get in the low post before he starts really jockeying for position.
It's only his first foul. And at the other end, Musius the rebound off the Nickelberry miss.
And the Deeks have got nothing easy tonight, and that's a tough way to go. No matter who you're playing, you got to get some easy ones.
Nice move by Isaiah Musius for his first points. Junior from East Patchogue, New York on Long Island, who averages 11 a game.
Jalen Johnson at 6'6", he can be a factor out at the top of that zone.
As Jonah Antonio was, he poked it away. Williamson on the drive.
Now, what did Steve Forbes tell us? He's going to petition the NCAA to shorten the length of the game to 32 minutes because he thinks his team could be very successful in a 32-minute game.
That's a coach just stewing on opportunities that have gone awry. Quinn Slazinski, good voice for this Cardinals team.
He plays about 20 minutes a game, and in those 20 minutes, he makes a big contribution.
Well, into the game for the first time for Louisville, Charles Minland in his Louisville debut as Wake trims it to 6 on a 3. Minland, who's been battling a sprained MCL that he suffered in practice in early November. So the first look at the grad transfer from San Francisco.
6'4", 220 pounds. Chris Mack raves about his leadership skills.
Slazinski tried to hang on to it and then threw it off.
They now have 4 turnovers coming into the game. That's been an issue for Louisville. Minus 13 on the season.
Jalen Johnson. Transfer who spent 4 years at Tennessee. Arrived there in Knoxville in a class that included Grant Williams and John Fulkerson. And now playing for Wake Forest, which has it at a 4-point margin. Trainer went up.
His hands up, and Trainer sticks the ball right into those hands. That's really good discipline by a guy who's been in foul trouble a lot.
Musius loves to operate in this area offensively. Guama was calling for it, matched up with J.J. Trainer with the shot clock winding down. It's Musius, no. Johnson driving, but not finishing. Johnson the rebound.
That was another good play by Oguama, not going for the blocked shot. Just getting in the way.
Jalen Johnson short. Yeah, Steve Forbes said we got to have Odi Oguama be able to stay on the floor for longer stretches.
We saw him play a little bit of zone, but they've been back to the man-to-man since that last time out.
J.J. Trainer with the jump shot.
Trainer's had a solid first half after Withers picked up those 2 fouls.
Tickled pink. That was the phrase that Chris Mack used to describe the play and how Chris Mack feels about it from J.J. Trainer so far in his rookie season. Louisville up by 6. Final 3 minutes of the first half. Okwama missed it.
I think he was surprised he was so wide open.
And Louisville makes him pay from deep with David Johnson. Jones went on the deck for it. Musius. And an over and back.
This here is before he showed that he can really shoot the three. He's had a really good year shooting the ball. He can score, as I said, inside. He can score with his back to the basket. He can score in the mid-range. And here Wake goes back to the zone. Somebody got lost.
First Louisville points there. Or rather, no, that was Jalen Withers who had the bucket. Davian Williamson from long range with a three.
And Williamson has started the year shooting very slowly from beyond the arc, but that was a good-looking stroke there.
Withers 2 more from Sam Williamson.
I don't think Williamson went up intending to pass that ball, but he saw his teammate streaking to the basket and made a nice little lob.
And a foul.
Aggressively on defense, you're going to force your opponent into creating some of those illegal screening fouls, and that's exactly what happened. Wilkins just didn't get set on the screen, but Louisville didn't allow him to. They were very aggressive.
Jones on the drive, no. Tipped around, Williamson jockeying. Second foul, by the way, on Isaiah Wilkins. And Okwama clears the miss. Final minute here of the first half in Winston-Salem, with Louisville trying to get to 4-0 in the ACC and Wake Forest looking for win number 1 in ACC action.
That time the Louisville defense forced Antonio onto a very in the conference yet.
Got another win earlier today at home, this time against Notre Dame. Second time they've knocked off the Irish in the last couple of weeks.
So Carlik Jones, not a bad half. 9 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, and a block shot.
Yeah, no turnovers, too. Pretty darn good for Carlik Jones. And he
has position established, and Neath tries to run through him.
It's been tough sledding for Jacoby Neath recently. Minutes have been down his last 3 games coming into this one, though he has had to play more tonight, of course, because Carter Witt rolled his ankle in shoot-around today. He's got a boot on that right leg. Final few seconds of the first half. It's Jones into a long 2, no, and that'll do it.
As you say, Mike, as advertised, these guys really get after you on defense, and they're really difficult to defend when they have the ball. It's a tough combination.
Well, that backcourt starts half number 2, leading by 12, as David Johnson missed it, rolled off the rim, and
got his arm locked in, and Neath, with a good strong rebound, forced that foul. Wake Forest needs to get off to a quick start here. They don't want Louisville. We said they ended that half on an 11-3 run. You got to get a run of your own here to keep this game close.
Jonah Antonio has it blocked by Dre Davis. Wake still with it, and Okwama, no. Couldn't get it to go over the top of Withers. Johnson slashing, and
nice job by the Deeks to get back on defense that time.
Carlik Jones in the mid-range, no. Okwama got to the loose ball. Again, no Carter Witt for Wake Forest in this one. He's a guy who played a pretty big role in the game against Duke. Played nearly 30 minutes. Carlik Jones on the takeaway, finishing through the contact. And the Louisville bench is wondering where was the foul call.
And that's now 3 steals in the game for Carlik Jones. And here Davis comes up with one.
Taking it the other way, and 4 quick ones.
And Louisville has just done an outstanding defensive job for most of the evening.
Turnover's been something that Steve Forbes has talked about as Joey Antonio connects from 3. Something they've really tried to clean up. And there's only 2 guys who are playing for Wake Forest right now who have positive assist to turnover ratio. So it's been an issue for them throughout the season. Williamson can't respond to the Antonio 3.
See if Davian Williamson can get into the lane again. That last time he got into the lane and got Antonio a wide open 3.
UC has kept it alive. Good effort, and then Louisville
cover the ball.
And it all led to the 3rd foul on David Johnson, who exits here just more than 2 minutes into the second half, and he's replaced by Josh Nickelberry. Mucius. And more effort.
In the first half, and now he gets his 3rd here, as you say, Mike. And again, we've been talking about Oguama, 6'9", about 230 pounds.
And he is hugging
On the low post, and then catch the ball and make a move with it. If he dribbles it or something, then that allows the defense to collapse.
Mucius flashed, and then he scores over Samuel Williamson. They trim it to 11.
When they could sure use some offensive contributions from Mucius.
At the big game a couple of Sundays ago at Georgia Tech with a career-high 21. Had 14 against Virginia. Told you about the weight that he is at. Earlier in the year, they were making him eat every 2 hours, and they were demanding that J.J. Traynor finish his plates as they try to pack on the pounds to prepare him for the ACC slate. Came out on Williamson, who slipped a nice pass to Odi Oguama.
That's a really good catch by Oguama, but that's exactly what I'm talking about. Have him catch it and put it in the basket. Don't require him to do a lot with the basketball.
And it was to your point as well on Williamson dribbling and creating off the penetration.
Oh, wow.
About that shot by Carlik Jones. There was no angle there.
There was no there. I don't know how he did that.
With the inside, the right hand there from Carlik Jones, who's up to 13 points. Williamson on the step through no. Nickelberry in transition 3. Rebound Mucius. Antonio wanted another. He's been very active so far, but another effort play, an offensive rebound. Williamson, no. And here comes Louisville. Dre Davis can't knock it down, and this is getting up and down here at the Joel. There's the catch, and just as you said, Dan, put him in that type of spot to score.
That's an excellent job by Oguama to get position, and a great job by Antonio to find him when he was in the perfect position. Lots of times, big guys, they're open inside, they don't get the ball, and then when they're covered up a little bit, they get it, and that causes problems.
Quick shots here from Louisville the last few possessions, and Wake Forest down by 10, 5 minutes into the second half, in search of a first ACC win of the season, playing another ranked opponent. Mucius always looking to score. On the back down of Davis, no. And it'll stay at this end of the floor on the other side.
And he rolled his ankle in practice, and he is out tonight. He's sitting there in a boot. But Carlik Jones, he averages almost 37 minutes a game. That puts him 21st in the national rankings. Louisville doesn't play very many minutes without him.
Carlik Jones on the sideline of Louisville. And it's It's down to an 8-point margin here, just over 5 minutes into the second half. How does Louisville fare without Carlik Jones as Samuel Williamson
make a jump stop and go up and shoot the ball?
Remember,
you see Louisville doing that on defense.
Yeah, remember earlier in the first half, Williamson did sidestep Antonio trying to take a charge in the paint at this end of the floor as Wake Forest inches closer. How about the night for Jalen Johnson, who's got 11 to lead Wake Forest on a 14-3 run.
And he's wide open. That's a pretty deep one.
Gave it up this time. Davian Williamson now back for Jalen Johnson with the shot clock winding down. Wide right, a battle on the boards. Emmanuel Opomo into the game for Wake. Posting up was Nitzer. Johnson straight on, back iron. Rebounds Lazinski. Good hands by Davian Williamson, but it squirted to Carlik Jones. And then ripped away again by Williamson, diving on the deck for it. Batted around a couple of times by Wilkins and secured.
Oh, what a great job by, what a great job by Wilkins. He was in the middle of that thing from the start.
And look at Williamson paying it off. That Wake sideline is fired up here in the Joel. The 9-0 run cuts it to 3, and then Antonio Covington Jr., Matt Potter, John Gaffney, our officiating crew. Antonio makes both. We got a 1-point game here with a very long way to go in the second half.
How about that job by Antonio, standing there at the free throw line while the officials are having a discussion? Doesn't bother him at all.
And remember, foreign territory for him. Not known for his free throw shooting exploits. Jones on the drive. Big time 2 for Louisville. All right, so we're clearing up the foul situation. It was on David Johnson. The officials did come together and chat about it. So Johnson out of the game, 4 fouls on him, and just 2 fouls on Sam Williamson.
We had a wide open one that time to tie the game, but UC has missed it.
Oh, nice up fake by Dre Davis. Patient move from the freshman.
He's only played 7 minutes tonight because Johnson has been playing so well.
And that's a Jalen Johnson who in the first 3 ACC games for Wake Forest only had 5 points total. To put in perspective what he's doing tonight as one of 3 Demon Deacons that has 11 here. At one point it was an 18-3 Wake Forest run, Dan, and now the shot clock winding down. Davian Williamson, very tough shot around Lazinski.
Not a lot of ball movement that time. A lot of dribbling by Wake Forest, and that's not where they've had their best success. At all, he's taking it to the basket, and that really puts some pressure on anybody trying to guard him.
Got 8 points for the Cards in this one. He's calling for it, working around Johnson, sidestepping Oguama and drawing a foul. Cardinals still undefeated at 10-0 against Boston College. Split at the line for Davis, and it's a 6-point Louisville lead on the road here in Winston-Salem. Louisville at 3-0 in the ACC. First 3-0 conference start since 2012 and 13. Season, of course, that ended with a national title, and Louisville hasn't started 4-0 in conference play since 2008-09. Another late shot clock scenario for Wake. Jalen Johnson gave it up. Williamson has the hoist and can't hit.
Louisville's defense doing a nice job keeping Wake out on the perimeter. And there's that man again. How did he spin that one up there?
Wow. He just went right through and parted the Wake Forest defense.
Wake's had success when they've been able to get the ball inside. And I'm not talking about just throwing it into the low post, although that'll work too. Louisville just scored 7 in a row. So the Deeks can get it close, but they're doing the old Sisyphus routine. They push that rock up the hill and then it just rolls right back down.
Fruitless labor as that is. Wake's got it at a half dozen here. Midway point of the second half. Still a long way left. Williamson gets the roll, and you said he's very effective in the mid-range.
I think that's his shot, particularly right there in the middle of the lane. That nice little turnaround against the zone. Wake Forest playing a bigger lineup, trying to give the 1-3-1 zone look.
Masood into the game off the bench. Pick and pop, no. Rebound Williamson.
That's what Masood is in the game to do. Of course, Steve Forbes would prefer he make it, but he had an open shot.
And Steve Forbes says, I never talked to him about shot selection. That's how comfortable he feels with Masood from deep. Carlik Jones orchestrating. Line drive shot was short.
Nice job by Oguama. He made Jones stop, take a tough shot, and then he ran the ball down.
It's an 8-point game with a little over 8 left in the second half. Post entry for Oguama, matched up with J.J. Traynor, did a good job again defensively. Antonio, a deep one, no.
The Deeks did not give Oguama much help that time. He got the ball in the low post and everybody stood around and watched. Nobody ran to an open spot. He gave Odi Oguama someplace to pass the ball.
Trainor's feeling it. Off the mark, Antonio the rebound. There was a fast start from beyond the arc for Louisville. Masood on a step through, he walked with it, and that's what Steve
there.
Yeah. Tipping his hand a bit, perhaps. Former wide receiver at Wake Forest, for those unacquainted. 8-point game out of the timeout. Just over 7 to go in the second half. Dan Bonner, Mike Monaco, our entire crew here for this one. Winding down a busy day on ACCN. David Johnson and Jalen Withers both dealing with 4 fouls on the Louisville bench as the shot clock winds down on Josh Nickelberry, who misses. Musius rebounds.
Good defensive series by Wake Forest right there. They didn't let Carlik Jones get in the middle of the defense and break him down.
After it feels like he is trying to take over here in the second half for Louisville. Foul on Nickelberry. Wake as a team tonight, 13 of 14 on free throws.
And here they go again. They're creeping closer. Got it to within 6.
As you said, every time it feels like Louisville has had an answer when Wake claws closer. Traynor with Withers on the bench. The freshman missed it. And then how about the act?
A nice job by the officials to get together and get that one right.
And you know, there was some contact there from Jalen Johnson, but they did give the foul to Isaiah Musius. So 4 on Musius with 6 to go. Hard hedge from Traynor. Johnson rises. Can't connect.
Last thing Wake Forest can afford is Louisville going on another run. There's still plenty of time in the game, but not if the Louisville Cardinals go off on one of their patented 9-0 or 10-0 runs here.
Trainers stuck with it, but walked with it.
Wake Forest needs to get something here on the offensive end. Get the idea this is almost a must-score situation for them.
And leading this case with Coach Pegues on the Louisville bench. A split for Oklahoma. (64-57) is the Louisville lead with 5+ to go. Johnson with 4 fouls. Trainer still on the bench. He walked with it, came out and put Withers back in, and he fouled out. And now Jones streaks to the cup. And man, Carlik Jones has been great tonight.
That's 19 points. He's 1 rebound away from a double-double because he's got 19 points and 9 rebounds. That's some catch right there.
He's had really good hands in the post. Working on Slazinski. No from Oklahoma. Johnson on the rip through, drew a foul. Scoring backcourt in the ACC behind Georgia Tech's contingent of Jose Alvarado and Mike DeVoe. Davis. Oh, he spun away from Johnson and scored at the cup. And then
back in the 70s, they would just tell you to rub some dirt on it.
The then modern remedy in Charlottesville. Well, 68-57 with 4 minutes to go, and what a play by Quinn Slazinski battling with Odi Oguama. Jones off the bounce with 2 more at the rim. 21 for Carlik Jones. He's been in takeover mode.
And there's that run that we were talking about that the Demon Deacons just simply couldn't afford.
Johnson cannot stop the run. Oguama battling. Tipped around. Williamson comes down with a loose.
Pace is exactly the correct word. And he just doesn't let anything rattle him. He's going to play at the pace that he wants to play, and he controls the game.
Just 2 turnovers combined between Carlik Jones and David Johnson in this one. You get so much talk about the Louisville backcourt, and they've lived up to it. Jones, the miss on the jumper. Still 3:07 left, but this has been part of the story in this stretch where Wake Forest is playing against some of the best teams in the ACC, ranked opponents. They've been in these games up until a certain point. Virginia was part of this stretch for Wake Forest, and they led by as many as 12 in the first half. At Duke, had a lead in the second half, and as we said, cut it to 1, and now cutting it to single digits thanks to Williamson.
Mike, the only game in this stretch that you're talking about against ACC teams where Wake wasn't in the game at all was down at Georgia Tech.
Steve Forbes used the word imploded when chatting with us to describe the performance in that one. And yeah, that has been the outlier in the first 4 in conference play for Wake. Shot clock winding down. Louisville by 9, 2:20 left. Carlik Jones, a deep one. That's short. Back to the Forbes. They had the long shutdown, more than 30 days between games. And now trying to snap a 3-game losing skid. Williamson with 2 more, and he's the guy that Wake has turned to these last few games when it needs points. Virginia Tech, and in that game he had 13 of those in the second half. He's had another big second.
Wide defensive pressure, and you're not particularly concerned whether you foul anybody or not. They only have 17 fouls. So for the next couple, Louisville will be shooting 1-1, and even though Louisville's got pretty good free throw shooters, you'd like your chances if you're in the 1-on-1 situation. Now you don't want to foul this guy.
being
That's what
Carlik
Williamson
Jones
is asking.
ripped
Should
out
I
the
foul?
rebound. Yep. So backs off of Carlik Jones, who's got a double-double now, 23 and 10 for the grad transfer. Sam Williamson left alone, and he drills it.
Well, that's a risk you take when you're trapping. Nice ball movement by Louisville.
Johnson blocked by Williamson. And now a tie-up.
And he's telling the referees it's a jump ball. So he can score, he can rebound, he steals, he assists, and he referees. Does it all.
Four-man crew tonight in Winston-Salem. Final minute here of the second half. Louisville's lead is a dozen. David Johnson, nice dump off for Dre Davis at the rim. Comes up hobbling again, just trying to muscle through the cramps from earlier. Davian Williamson with a quick answer. "23 from Carlik Jones, 15 from Sam Williamson, 15 from Dre Davis. And Louisville on the road will get to 4-0 in ACC action. First time starting conference play at 4-0 since the 08-09 season, a team that went to the Elite Eight.